Sustainability is something that goes on, right? That has a continuity. I think here the most important value is, of course, having this, plan and commitment. I think commitment is the right word here. If you want sustainability, then you need to have commitment. And commitment is always bigger than your inner feelings, because we are all going up and downs, we are having frustrations, we get sometimes lost, we are having bad times, bad seasoning, as I said, yes. So, but if you have commitment for a cause that you believe in, I think this is what creates a mindset of sustainability.
I mean, at the risk of being redundant, I think it's that same thing, keep learning, keep growing. And, I can, like, for me, mentally, cognitively, it's continuing to read and learn new things. Financially, it's focusing more on investing than spending. My physical health, that's been a big thing, too. I've reinvested in my physical health as of about 5 years ago. And so, this morning I did not want to wake up. I did not want to go to the gym. My finger hurts, boo-hoo. And so the success was just get up, just show up, and keep trying to grow and get more healthy physically also. And so it's just that, it's that mindset of, continuous growth. It's that growth mindset.
For me, a mind that exhibits sustainability is one that can thrive over the long term, not just survive. So a lot of people are just surviving month to month, quarter to quarter. In order to thrive, it's about not sacrificing the very things that will allow you to be sustainable. So for example, if you sacrifice your health, eventually you will burn out. That is not sustainable. That won't help you thrive. In order to be sustainable, in order to have sustainability in your career, you need to have really solid foundations in place. Think of it like a house. If you build a house with no foundations, the first challenge it experiences with the weather, like the rain you're going through at the moment, then it collapses. But if you have strong foundations in place, if you anticipate what could happen and you protect it for those situations, now you are far more sustainable. You are able to thrive in very different conditions. And so for us to build a sustainable mind, it's about having a mind that is open to continual learning. If you're always looking to absorb information, to learn new things from a conversation, from somebody who is maybe earlier or later than you in the journey, from books, from teachers and mentors, the more you learn, the greater the knowledge you have, the more idea you have on how to adapt, on how to navigate and pivot as the world changes. And that, for me, is what's required to be sustainable. If you can embrace the eternal student mindset, you will have the mindset to sustain what you're doing over the long term.
What comes to mind, my first reaction is again this idea of you need to be first okay with yourself before you can make anybody else okay around you. So you need to be that person who wakes up in the morning without the stomach pain, and with you having the tools and the resources and understanding and perspective and knowledge and ability to go through the day doing the best you can. And the best you can needs to be a little more than just average. For many people, the best they can, it's actually below average. And that's a problem. And they need to keep growing their skill set and all of that. But if you're the leader, you can do this first of all for yourself. You cannot help anybody else if you cannot help yourself first to be in an okay place. So you need to be sustainable first of all. And once you are sustainable and you have self-awareness and maturity, and again, maturity doesn't mean age. You can be mature at 20 and immature at 50. But if you do the work and if you are careful to curate and you to become a better person every day. So again, I like how this word sustainable. If you are sustainable, then you can have a hope that you are going to help some other people to help them in their sustainability, for them to wake up in the morning. Because as a leader, you have so much power. So much power comes from that managing people, and you can have not absolute, but some power to help that person wake up in the morning, help your team wake up in the morning without the stomach pain and more able and capable and having ownership and all of that. If you cannot do that for them, if you cannot do it first for yourself, and if you are not aware, many people are not even aware that their best, it's not good enough. So yeah, a lot of introspection, self-awareness and effort, like this is how you became sustainable. Like it takes effort, nothing comes easy, unfortunately, in this life.
Yeah, I think it's well, what is sustainable, is something that you're not going to throw away. It's something that you can always reuse, right? It is sustainable. You can keep it with you. It's not going to die or not going to be damaged. And that's the thing, is that that wisdom, this life experience, this way of thinking, this kind of philosophy, it is sustainable thinking, right? Because you can use it in every experience of your life, or even at work. You can use it in 20 years or 50 years or 100 years from now. And so it's just, it gets transformed, so it gets applied differently by different people, but it's the same at the root cause, at the root, at the beginning. Yeah, it is the same. It is the same knowledge. It is the same thing that you reuse, and so that's kind of how I would explain this, sustainable thinking. And in coaching, it's like ancient wisdom, things like that. You have a lot of that in Asia. I think that there is a lot of sustainable knowledge, sustainable techniques, sustainable approaches, and these things actually are very good to be shared, through technology and through AI, because when people understand, when people apply them, when people appropriate, right, or integrate that, they also become sustainable. They can use that everywhere, every time, as much as they want, right? So from me to you to someone else, maybe it just changes the colors, or some elements add to that, but it's the same cloth. I'm just sharing, it's the same book, and basically just evolves through time and through people. And I think this is, for me, a definition of sustainability, is to make that reusable, transformable, without losing its essence or purpose.
If I want to have that way of thinking, what do I need to do every day?
Well, you need to remind yourself about some of the methods, the principle, and you need to put yourself into practice, right? I think it's like sports, right? It's like health. If you want to live in a good health, I don't know, every morning you go up and you go have a walk, or if you don't have a walk, you make a pause during your day and you go to the gym, or right? That's basically a little bit of discipline, regularity. You need to put things under practice, right? So if you're under pain, you speak with friends, you speak with people, you reflect, you give yourself time, or if you have a challenge and you don't know how to get organized, then you pause, you take your you get your eyes out of the work you do, and you observe, and you ask yourself questions. So I think the practice is about that, right? It's really about the questioning, right? It's like, okay, where am I now? What's happening to me? Why am I here, right? Why do I feel this? Why do I think this? Why do I think this? Can I do it better? How can I change? What can I do to change? Why do I need to change that, right? And who I want to become through that change. These are all the kind of questions that are sustainable, everywhere, every time, with everyone. It's universal.
My own sustainability mind is to be open enough to broaden yourself, but also to be able to build past yourself. So if that means, like, for example, when I learn something, I teach my children. And I'm building legacy because if I learn it today, they're going to know tomorrow. You know, they're going to know tomorrow. But sustainability is doing just that. As we learn, we have the human nature of keeping it all to ourselves, and we die with that knowledge. And I think that's what writing is. Writing is giving that legacy to somebody else. One of the things I do in my own business is I hire interns. I go to work with universities and I hire them, and because I have to teach them. So I'm giving away something. And so legacy building is not keeping it all for yourself, but thinking, having that mindset to be expansive and I don't want to say bless, but give back into that ecosystem of legacy. Give back to that ecosystem and prepare. You know, like I was thinking about this, like, how can I give back 3 years ago? And 3 years ago, oh, this is how I do it. And the universe kind of worked that out for me too. It's like, and I love it. I love working. I have a team of 7 people and I'm teaching all the time. I love it. I don't have to do anything, but I love it. And it gives back to the ecosystem, but it also gives me something. I know that I'm helping someone else learn something from me. Additionally, they're giving me something. They're teaching me something I don't know. It's how they are, how they'll give it. So it's an exchange of something that will never go away, an expansive mind that will never go away. And that's what it means to me.